Okay, everybody. So, I just have a quick question for any of those resellers out there. This question came to me personally from, something happened on eBay, but it could be any platform. Um, and there's a couple scenarios, but there's like the one main question and a couple of scenarios. So, um, I'm just looking for, your thoughts and answers on, if you think this is ethical or not, or if there's a better way to get around, you know, not get around, but you know, being ethical and not doing anything shady. Uh, but I'm gonna try to make this quick. So let's get into it. The reason I came up with this question is because I sold a golf bag, a Nike golf bag in particular, on eBay, and once it was showed delivered, then I got a message the next day, or maybe even the same day, from the buyer saying, it's showing delivered, but it's not there. Um, and he left me his phone number and asked me if I could give him a call and we could figure out, where his golf bag was, because he was really excited about it. Just he happened to be he collected Nike golf bags, and this was a color he never had, so he bought it within like 2 days of it being listed. But anyway, so I was on the golf course at the time when he texted or messaged through eBay. So I called him back when I was done, and we started talking and figuring it out. And turns out it was delivered to the wrong address. Uh, so we started working with UPS or FedEx, I think it was, and and eBay, and we couldn't get anywhere, couldn't find anything. So after a couple of days, he wanted the bag, not his money back. So I waited on refunding him, and once we determined that uh, he wasn't going to get his golf bag back, I refunded him his money, and then I put in uh, a charge or a refund request through FedEx, and he sent me all the proof that he got, the pictures that it was, delivered to the wrong address. He'd called them multiple times, all that good stuff. And so everything, he ended up getting his money back. I ended up getting like $75 back for the cost of the item, but, still had to pay the $30 in shipping. Like FedEx, admitted that they were wrong and, refunded me the money, and they made the mistake, but they didn't refund me for the shipping of the bad. But anyway, different video altogether. So the question is on ethics here is, he gave me his phone number, and so through this whole process, we developed a rapport with each other. We kind of became buddies, and we were working together trying to get things done to get him his bag, because I really wanted him to have this bag, because it was a sweet bag. And he got a steal for it, but I got it for a steal. So, I made some profit, and, he got the bag that he wanted. But, so after the fact, a couple months later, I found another Nike golf bag, and I already had his phone number, outside of eBay. Uh, and, so I called him up or I texted him and like, hey, I sent him a picture and be like, hey, I found this bag. Do you want it? And, I gave him a deal. I didn't, charge him anything extra. I just kind of bought it for him as a friend, and, sold it to him at cost. And then he ended up giving me an extra 25 bucks or something. But, so that's my question. That's the question of ethics is it unethical to, contact somebody outside of eBay if you happen to, get their Facebook page or their phone number, or, because when he gave me his phone number, it was all innocent. He wasn't, trying to give me his phone number to solicit outside sales. So it obviously got past the eBay algorithm or whatever, that looks for that kind of stuff to try to kick you off for trying to solicit outside sales, which, was never the intent. But, since that deal was over and done with, and, uh, this was months later, and I hadn't talked to him since then. But, since I had the rapport with him, I felt, comfortable enough to text him and be like, hey, I found this other bag I think you might like. You want it? And he ended up buying it. And so I sold it to him outside of eBay. And some of my friends was like, oh, that's wrong. You found him on eBay. He's an eBay customer. Uh, and so that's my question. So, leave a comment either in the Facebook, which is probably where you found this video, or in the YouTube comments. Either way, I'll check them both. So that's the main question. The next question is, when you make a sale on eBay and you print the label, it gives you all that contact information of the buyer. It gives you their address and their phone number. And, the phone number in particular is what, I'm talking about here. So you have the ability to contact them outside of eBay. So once that, that initial transaction where you found them on eBay, is it unethical to contact them if you find something, say a couple weeks down the road, you find something similar to what they bought, and be like, hey, I found some more of these things. If you want them, I'll give you a good deal, just to avoid, the hassle of listening to them. And, which I know that's what we do. But, that's the second scenario. So, I think this video is already getting too long, but give me an idea what you think. Leave a comment, on the Facebook page, on the YouTube channel. I know it's not really a channel. I'm not a YouTuber at all. I just post them on YouTube just to make it easier. And so just as a follow-up from the Nike story in the beginning, if anybody cares, he actually scoured his local reselling, the OfferUp, and stuff like that, and ended up finding that exact same bag. And the person, it got delivered to the wrong address, took the package, brought it in, kept it for a couple weeks, and then turned around and listed it on OfferUp. And he found it, which was only about, a mile and a half or 2 miles from his work where he was having it delivered. He ended up going over there and talking her down to $100, which is what he had paid me, and got his money back. So in the end, he ended up getting his bag. So it was all good. And I tried pressing charges on the woman who took the package unlawfully, accepted it, and then turned around and sold it. And so that's the only bad thing about the story, is that the chick who stole the bag, who, got delivered to the wrong place, ended up making $100 on it. But he got his bag, and he was all happy, and he ended up getting a second bag because of it. And so that's the story. But yeah, please just let me know what you think in the comments about, is that ethical or is it unethical to reach out to somebody after your initial transaction that you met a buyer through on eBay is done. Once that's done, is it unethical to contact them outside of eBay to make the next sale? So let me know what you think, and I appreciate you watching.